Welcome back to our homeschool planning pre-work. In our last video, we took some time to do some reflection, some introspection, and some projection regarding our homeschool year last year, what we would like to see. I hope you really took some time to really reflect and really put some things down on paper and just get them out of your head. Now we're going to go for it and look at how we craft our homeschool's mission and vision. If we don't have a place that we want to get to, then it doesn't matter how we get there. It doesn't matter the curriculum. It doesn't matter what we do with our days. It's just going to be so pointless. So let's get to the point and create our mission and our vision for our homeschool. It's going to be great. Let's go. Now, this is really important as well for your homeschool. It's your mission. Habakkuk 2, verses 1 through 4 read, "I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision, and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that reads it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith." If we dissect this a little bit and apply it to the homeschool mom, I see something speaking directly to me. Do you see something speaking to you? I will stand upon my watch. Listen, there are so many people out here trying to shake you off of your determination to homeschool your child. But here, look, I will stand upon my watch. I'm going to stand right here. This is where the Lord has led me. I don't know where the rest of the steps are, but I'm going to stand right here. That's what I want for you. And writing the vision and the mission is going to help you be able to do that and not be deterred by any winds of controversy, by the opinions of the relatives, by people asking you if they can read and if they're studying chemistry. Like, no, we don't need all of that's not your business. Your business is to do what God told you to do, right? So you will stand upon your watch and set me upon the tower. A tower is a representation of strength, okay? You're going to watch and not see what other people are saying, if other people are going to get with your program, if people are going to finally be agreeable to you homeschooling your own children. You're going to look to see what God is telling you, okay? And listen, He's going to say, write the vision. He's going to say, this is what I'm telling you to do. And now I want you to write it down. Why? Why does God want you to write that down? Why does he want you to put it out plainly so that your children can be on board, so that your spouse can be on board, so that the people within your home can all be on the same page, that he may run with it that reads it. Okay. So they can be with you, so that they can have some sense of purpose, so they can know why they're doing what they're doing. It really is the why. Because the vision is for an appointed time. Listen, as much as it seems like a struggle, it's not forever, right? So it's for an appointed time. And while we yet have our children, we need to be the ones that are indoctrinating them. We need to be the ones that are influencing them. We need to be the ones that are teaching them, because they're not always going to be under our care. They are growing and developing and becoming more and more independent. True, day by day. Okay. So write the vision. It's only for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. The product is we're going to see it at the end. We want to see the product every day. Like, we want to know, it's like trying to watch a plant grow, but at the end, we're going to see the result of our labor. So wait for it. That's what the word says, right? It says, be not weary in doing well, right? Just pursue, keep going, push. Because it will surely come and it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. So I'm not expecting everyone to have PhDs in education or PsyDs or any whether you finished high school or not. Do you have faith? Do you have faith that God is going to set you on a tower, that he is going to give you his right hand of strength to uphold you and help you do this? Then that's all you need. So we're going to write this vision. And what is the vision? What is the mission? right? These are our walking orders. The mission is the calling. It's the assignment. It's your duty to blah, 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 right? So when they send out soldiers, they got orders. They have certain things that they are supposed to be doing in a war. All soldiers aren't doing the same thing. Everybody has their walking orders. And so we're going to look at how do we pull together a mission and a vision. This is not the hard and fast. You can edit this. It's a living, breathing document essentially. And so we're just going to kind of do some groundwork, maybe do a skeleton of it today. And then you can always go back and put meat on it. You can review it with your family. You can make changes to it. Again, it's not the hard and fast, but it's a really good place to start. So what's your mission? What's your mission? So to come up with a mission statement, we're going to do it in 3 parts. You see, I have here 3 columns. And so we're going to use one column. We're going to just write down some verbs. The second column, we're going to write down some value words or value statements. And then the last column, we're going to put the how. So I'm going to share with you some that go into each so you can get an idea of what that looks like. So for verbs, is thinking about your mission, right? Thinking about like your children, who you want them to be, right? Prepare. The mission of your homeschool to help, right? Creating helpers. Is it service? Is service an important priority? Serve is the verb. Is it to create or develop, inspire, encourage, motivate? These are some verb words that you can use in your mission statement. Now we're going to shift over to values, right? So obedience, love, intentionality. These are some of our family values. Respect, gratitude, honesty. These are things that we want our family to be known for. So then we're going to add the verb to a value or the value to the verb. And then we're going to also add the how. How are we going to do these things, right? Is it through discipleship? Is it through fellowship? Is it through creative learning? Is it through practical application? How are we going to do this thing? How are we going to achieve this mission? So we're going to put we prepare, or we help, or we anything, plus the value, and then the by or through, right? By or through discipleship, or through fellowship, or through practical learning, or anything like that. So I'll share with you our mission: to develop our mental, spiritual, and physical faculties in honor of God through practical application of Christian principles and values. So we have the verb, we have the value. Our values are smushed in the middle there. And then we had our through. Through what? Through the practical application of Christian principles and values. It's still a little vague, right? So that's why we're going to put even more meat on it as we turn it into our vision statement. That's what comes next. So again, this is just a guideline of how you can start to sort your mission statement out, how you can kind of pack that and make it real and meaty for your family. Again, you're just gonna, we are preparing, we live to serve. You got your we, you've got your verb, you've got all the value stuff in the middle, right? And so our value stuff was mental, spiritual, and physical faculties in honor of God. And then our by or our through was practical application of Christian principles and values, right? Sounds kind of big and lofty. Our vision statement is going to help us to hone in on something more specific, more streamlined. And so your vision is what you hope to produce in the long run, right? And so I want you to answer these questions for me. What are you preparing to do? What are you preparing to do in this homeschool journey, right? So in a sentence, we are preparing to. And when we look back, our family, or specifically our children, would be described as, how would you fill in that blank? And then I want you to tell me, so how did we get to that place, right? So what are we preparing to do when our children look back, or when we look back, we would be described as what? And then how did you get to that place? It's kind of like a circle, right? It's going to circle around. So we're preparing to, and then when we look back, and then we're going to say, well, how did we get to that place, right? Was the place that we were looking to, did it meet in the middle? Did it meet in the middle with how did we get there? What did we want to do? When we look, when we look forward and we say, how would we be described? And then you're going to look again and you're going to say, well, how did we get to that place? How did we accomplish that? And that middle place of everything is what I want your vision statement to be. Okay? So answer these questions for me. We are preparing to, as a homeschool family, blah, blah, blah. And when we look back, our children would be described as, tell me. And then you're going to tell me, well, how did they get there, right? How did they get to that place? How did they become those people? So what's our vision? To be prepared for the bigger duties the Lord has for us as we strive to become independent, dependable people with practical skills, biblical knowledge, faithful in the little duties, a servant of God, and a friend to man. Okay? So I want my children to be prepared for the bigger duties that the Lord has for them. Do I know exactly what that is? No. So I'm going to help them to be prepared for the practical, just realities of life as they stand, right? I'm going to equip them with skills and opportunities to learn and to be flexible and to grow and to learn and to problem solve and figure things out. So that's why it's important for me to include certain things in our curriculum, more not just high academia type of things, but more practical things like, do you know how to change the oil on a vehicle? Do you know how to fix this? Do you know how to cook or prepare a healthy meal? Do you know all the parts of the meal? I need them to know practical things because I want them to be when we look back, how are they going to be described? This is how I want them to be described: independent, dependable, equipped in the practical skills, well-versed in biblical knowledge, faithful in little duties. I really would love if that's how my boys are known, if that's the impression that they make on the world. And very important to me is for them to be a servant of God and a friend of man. And I think that covers everything, right? So if that's my mission statement, that's my vision statement, it means that I'm not going to get all in a huff and a tizzy about worksheets and chemistry and psychology and all of these things that the world is saying my kids have to know. The world is changing, but God's word doesn't change. So children who are well versed in the word of God, who know about nature, who know about character, having good characters, they will always be prepared to face whatever the world faces. And it doesn't matter how curriculum changes or the standards of your state changes, because these are the guidelines that you have set for your family. And this is what God has given us, that we have to prepare them, right? So we can't leave that responsibility to others. And we're going to be the ones that are going to be called to be accountable for whatever happens with our little flock, right? So write the vision, make it plain what your mission is, and then stick to it. Everything else outside of that is fluff. All right. Everything outside of that is fluff. So that's why we want you to write this down. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. We can work together and do much more to help you get your homeschool sorted out, to help keep you on track, to keep you from, as I say, going off into the weeds, getting discouraged, wanting to sit down and quit and, not doing anything for 3 months. It happens. It happens to moms. It really does, because homeschooling is definitely a big responsibility and a big challenge, but you don't have to do it alone. And that's why we brought together the Teacher's Lounge for homeschool moms, because what teacher doesn't need the Teacher's Lounge? What teacher doesn't need to retreat sometimes? What teacher doesn't need to go in for some resources or a quick coaching or pep talk? Educators need it. And you are an educator, and you also can truly benefit from what happens in the Teacher's Lounge. You can check out the link bit.ly/homeschool teachers lounge, capital H, capital T, capital L. Get some more information and decide if it's something that you would like to be a part of. We have different packages. If you're not sure if you want to commit to it, that's fine too. You can check it out. But check out the link bit.ly homeschool teachers lounge. And you will see that what we have in the Teachers Lounge for homeschool moms is for you. And when you join us, you are going to find that you are in the right place. Why? Because again, you get community. You don't have to homeschool alone. That would be senseless, right? Like, why would you have to recreate the wheel? Homeschooling has been happening for thousands of years, right? And people are making it seem like it's something new. It's not. It's the way God designed for us to raise our children and to order our families. You get weekly check-ins, parallel planning sessions. You don't know what to do this week for your homeschool? That's fine. We'll come together Sunday night and we'll plan it out. You can ask questions. You can use this as a sounding board. We all enjoy that time together. And then we also offer special trainings occasionally, such as the one we just did on documentation. And then, of course, resources. Save yourself the time and from the trial and error of trying to figure this out. So let us come together, right? And then, of course, there's the mom coaching I told you about. There are productivity trainings. There's trainings on discipline and scheduling, organization, all of these things to help you overcome your challenges and your self-doubt and your negative talk, as well as the motivation that comes with it to help you remember your why and to keep going. There is one less reason for you to feel wobbly on your homeschool feet, because we are here for you at the Teachers Lounge. This training that we just did is just a foundation, just a beginning, so that when you do jump in, that you don't feel like you're floundering or you don't know what to do, which way to go. This is going to get you set and ready to move on in our planning and in our exploring and in our assessments. Oh, assessment is great. It's next. And there are going to be so many awesome things that we explore and reflect on that's going to help you to treasure your homeschool experience. Yeah, I said that. To treasure it with the difficulties, with the bad, with the frustrations, but you are going to learn to treasure it because it is a special privilege that God has given us to do. And I will see you inside the Teachers Lounge.